everybody, and welcome to the Kawaii Bookworm Plays with Yarn podcast. I'm Hannah, and I'm a Jersey girl studying at the University of Liverpool. Welcome to any of my returning viewers, and hello to any new viewers that I've received this week. I've got not quite a lot to talk about, but I do have a lot of movement in my projects. So there will be that to talk about, and I have been thinking about doing a knit along. I will get to that though a little bit towards the end, because the knit along has to do with a bit of additions to the hoard, and so I want to discuss that first before I go into the details about the knit along. So I have a finished object. That's why I'm filming much later today than I normally do. I wanted to finish at least the knitting on my Ramona cardigan, which I have done. And here it is. I still need to do all the weaving in the ends, the blocking, and then putting the buttons on. Oh, that's something I forgot. You'll see that in the next episode. Forgot to grab the buttons to show you which ones I'm going to use, but that's okay. So it is done, and I did this in the Barocco Maya yarn, which is in 85 cotton, 15 alpaca, so it's quite drapey, and it's got one of those, I'm not sure if it'll show up, but it's kind of like a chain ply rather than a normal ply. So it's an interesting stitch definition, I feel. So it is a top-down raglan cardigan that I've done, so you can see the raglan making. It's very drapey, so it's hard to like get it to lay flat and still, but I'll put it on so you can see how it looks. I think it's going to open up a little bit more once I've blocked it, because the swatch that I did that. So that's what, so many ends, I have so many ends to weave in, it's ridiculous. But that's what it looks like on. The sleeves are a bit short, but I think it's going to lengthen a little bit once it's blocked. So I'll see how it is then, but at the moment they're not horribly short. So yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy it's done. I've kind of been in that I need to finish things kind of mode. I have so many projects on the needles right now that I don't have any cables or needles available, and so I was feeling a little overwhelmed with how many projects I had, and felt that I just need to get some off the needles. So I really focused on this one, and I could put it into Hannah of the Corner of Crafts 50K knit along. And so that is it for finished objects. I've got two whips to show you. I'll show you this one. So this is my Christmas tin that I keep my blanket in. Good old Claes Olsen. And I put in a couple of squares on my blanket. I think I showed you this one. I forgot to move my marker, so I don't actually know. But that's okay. I think I showed you this one, which was a Martin's Lab yarn. And then these two are from my swap that I did with Hannah of Corner of Craft. And I don't remember which ones they were, because I don't have the things on me. Doing so well with this today. But I really want to get more onto this blanket, and I didn't really want to pick up the stitches for the neckband the other day, so I instead picked up stitches for this, and put 2 squares in yesterday. I might put in another square or 2 today, but we shall see. I'm going to move my marker now so I don't forget. The marker that I am using, or the progress keeper that I am using, is the Beehive one. Come on, there we go. From Beehive Yarns. I really like this one because it's got like the honey in it. So that's what I'm using. And this blanket, again, it's a Cozy Memories blanket. It's a mitered square that I am just picking up along the edges, and so I don't have to sew anything together. And it's all using scraps from my project, scraps that I've traded with people, and minis from places that I've been, just so that I have a little bit of a very special blanket. It is starting to get quite a bit too big for the box I'm keeping it in, so I'm gonna have to get something new. But I will deal with that when the time comes, because I'm not quite there, but almost. And the other whip that I've been working on is another sweater, because it seems like most of my sweaters have been like at the like halfway or more point that I was working on, and so I have just been trying to get them done. So this is the winter sole, and it's got stuff on it. So this is my winter sole, and oh, where's the front? Oop, that's the front. Had it backwards. So I think last time I showed it to you I was here. So I've really only put about an inch of work into this, but I have finished all the decreasing and increasing for the waist shaping, and now I need to figure out how much longer I need to make it before I can start the edge color work. And this is all done in the Rauma Phenol Garn, or the Rauma PT2 Rauma Phenol PT2 is what they changed the name to. I've got bands from the old one and the new one, so but it's all the same yarn. It's a 4-ply. I'm holding it double to get a worsted weight, or double knit weight. It's more of a worsted weight. I don't know, I took all the ball bands off and wound them up, and now I don't know which is which in terms of the numbers, but one color is 516, one color is number 2, and the last one is number 1. And I think this one is 516, and then one of these is 1 and one of them is 2. I just don't know which one. So that's what happens when you take the ball bands off of things. But it is what it is. So I'm really close to finishing it. I hope to have it, I hope to have it finished by next week, but we'll see. Depends on how much work I get on it, because I'm going to be starting another project. Possibly 2 more. Depends on how much I finish. If I finish another project, I can start another project. It's kind of what I'm going to do. And again, it just lives in my British Museum tote bag, which is all tangled up right now. There you go. And I keep all my pins on it. So that's that one. Going by quite quickly, just because I just don't have that much to talk about. So now it's into the additions to the hoard. So the first one I will talk about is this one. I got some fluff. So the very kind Becky of Ovis Yarns, before I went back to New Jersey, I went to visit her to get a gift for Kristen of Vine Yarns and the Yarngasm podcast. And we were talking, and I was talking about my Dizzy spinner, my Dizzy sheep spinner from Crafts from the Clink, and saying how I really want to get some more fiber, but I had some in New Jersey and just had to wait for the pop-up wool show. And she was like, oh, I've got a sample fiber from Countess Ablaze that I don't think I'll ever use, so you can have it. So I got that this week, and there's some really, I have no idea what the colors are called, what what the fiber is. I think this one is silk just from how soft it is. But there are some really gorgeous colors. Like, look at that. Look at that blue. And there's this rainbow one. I'm not going to take it out of the package, but try to get the glare off. Which one? This one I know. It says it's Geeks Like Rainbows too. But it doesn't tell me what fiber is in it. There's this pink one with little neps of different colors. So, come on, stop looking at me. So there's that. There's this, I was going to say sunsetty, because it's sunsetty up until here, but then there's this bit of green, so I don't know what to call it. But this 3-colored variegated one, or somewhat variegated one, I'll just, and this one's really soft too, so I'm thinking it's got a bit of merino in it. I'm not sure how I'm going to spin these. I'm thinking spinning each one in its own section and just doing one big bobbin of it and then chain plying it all together, just so it kind of stays in its own order, but mixes a little bit. Then there's this one, which is like a deep, deep purpley red color, maybe even a burgundy. This one isn't as soft, and it's a bit closer together, but I don't think, at first I thought it was kind of felted together, but I don't think so, because it is quite, if I pull from here, it's quite easy, so I think it's just a toothy, very toothy kind of fiber. Then I think these two are some of my favorites. This really dark blue, really, really dark blue. It's gorgeous. All of that color. Look at it. And then this one, which has sparkles in it. Ooh. Kind of falling apart. It's this really nice green. It's coming up a bit more blue on the screen here, but it's definitely a green. I think it's actually, yeah, it's the same green as my top. So, but it's got like rainbow sparkles in it, which is gorgeous. And it's quite soft as well. So, yeah. I'm excited to get into that. I can't decide if I want to mess with this before I move on to that blue fiber that I brought back from New Jersey, or if I'm gonna go on to that. I have to finish the purple fiber first, because otherwise I won't. I don't have another Dizzy spinner, so let's put these back just so that it's neat. But that was really kind of Becky, and thank you so much if you're watching this. I will have lots of fun with this. I can't wait. Yay! I love this one. It's so blue, so soft. So, now, oop, forgot one. Now, the next addition that I have is for a specific project. So one of my friends has asked me to make her a shawl, specifically the Sorceress shawl, which I think I should have looked up the name of who did the pattern, but I forgot. I'm going to do that really quickly, if I can. But she wanted me to make the Sorceress scarf by Life is Cozy, which is a really pretty herringbone pattern project. It's on Ravelry and it's free, and so I want to do a knit along for this because I do have a deadline for getting the project to her, and I thought, why not? Let's do a knit along, because my Ravelry group is quite dead, and I thought that maybe we should get that kickstarted a little bit by doing a knit along. So, I'll talk about the yarn first, and then I'll get more into the details about the knit along. So the yarn that she chose is from, I should take it out of the plastic, is from Fiber for the People. And it's this stunning red and orange with black speckles. And this one is called Gotta Love Mauna Loa. And it's their lofty 100% superwash merino DK weight yarn at 250 yards per 100 grams. So I've got 3 skeins of this to turn it into that scarf. And so technically I think it's worsted weight, but I was thinking of the kind of area that she lives in. She does live in a warm area, and so I had said to go with a slightly lighter weight yarn so that it's not going to be so heavy, but will still work in the air conditioning for her. So this is what she chose. I'm really excited to try Fiber for the People's yarn because I've been following them on Instagram for a while. I really like their colors, so I'm quite happy to try this out. It smells really good. It does. I don't know why, it just does. So yeah. So knit along. I am going to start this I'm starting the project either today or tomorrow. Depends on how I feel. Might do it tomorrow just because I want to veg and not think today. But, so the knit along will start tomorrow officially. And, which is Monday. Monday, July. What is Monday? July 30th. Monday, July 30th. We will start. And I think that the knit along will end, I think, November 1st. I think that's a good ending date. Mostly because the next month for me is going to be quite busy with dissertation. It's the last full month that I'll have before it's due, and so I'm going to be in full dissertation mode and will need to have that time. And so and then I want to get it to her with plenty of time before she goes on her vacation to a cold climate. So I think November 1st is a good deadline for everyone. That gives you August, September, October. So 3 months to knit this, and since it's technically a worsted weight yarn, I think it'll fly. So I think 3 months is more than enough time to get this done. At the moment I don't have a prize. I'm gonna have to look into what I have, maybe take a look at my expenses. Yeah, take a look at what I can get. So once I have something, I will let you know what the prize will be for the giveaway winner. I will open 2 threads on the Ravelry group page, which you will find the link to down below in the down box, which is also where you'll find the links to my Instagram, my own Ravelry page, and whatever else I talk about in this episode. Forgot to say that at the beginning, which I always do. So, what was I saying? Ravelry group, yeah. I will start to post forums, whatever they're called. My brain doesn't want to work today. I don't know why. I will start 2 threads, that's the word. I will start 2 threads, one for chatter so that you can talk about what yarn you're using, what needles, what colors, you know, and then the finished object thread, which is where you can post your photos of your finished object. Only 1 post, of course, so that when I do get around to choosing a winner, then that will be fair to everyone. So 1 post for everyone in that one. Chatter, the chatter thread, of course, as normal, can be as many posts as you want, because I won't be choosing from that. Oh, I can't speak. So, yeah, I have, just to let you know, I do have three scans of this. And that's what I'm doing. I can't wait. In the package, they also sent some of the light bulb, ooh, that glare. Some light bulb stitch markers and a ginger lemon tea, which is great for when you're sick. So that I will be saving for when that time comes around. And just to show you, this is their business card. And not sure if this will read right, but we can try. There. I'll just put the link down below. But that's their card. So I'm very excited to get this started. I need to see what needles I have and finish things. So, guess time for talk story then. I've had a mostly uneventful week. I've been in the lab counting micro charcoal because I messed up and didn't realize I was supposed to be counting that. And so now I'm doing that. Thought I was done counting, but I'm not. So I have been in the lab or at work, or here, trying to get rid of the headache that I get from looking down a microscope for too long. I finally finished reading Warstorm, which is the book that I got almost 2 months ago. It was fantastic. So if anybody else has has read Warstorm, please tell me what you think, because I don't know how I feel. I think it was very good, but at the same time I'm like, what was that? So it was I'm still digesting it, still figuring out how I feel. Since I've been vegging quite a bit when I'm not at work or at the lab, I have finished watching the 2 seasons of Poldark that are on Netflix at the moment, and trying to find something else to watch now. I also watched The Fantastic Mr. Fox, which was fantastic. I love Wes Anderson movies. They're really great. So I think my favorite is Grand Budapest Hotel. That or The Life Aquatic of Steve Zissou. Can't decide, but I love Wes Anderson movies. They're great. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have to talk about. It's been an uneventful week. Yeah. Got a finished object. That's something to... Oh, I think YouTube is really confused on what they should recommend me, because on YouTube I watch knitting podcasts. I listen to music for when I'm doing stuff, which my music taste is all over the board. So it's trying to suggest, I listen to like classical, Disney, rock, metal. So I somehow got down the rabbit hole of listening to metal covers of Disney songs, which was interesting. So I think it's very confused because then, like, on my recommendation page, I'll have, like, Chopin, and then I'll have, like, Corn and Mastodon, and then knitting podcasts, and then I follow a couple of daily vlog people, so their stuff will be up there. It's just very confused and eclectic, I guess. So I was just laughing about that and torturing my friend by playing metal music. But yeah, so fun fact of the day, I like metal. Anyways, I'm gonna let you go so that you can go and enjoy your day, evening, morning, whatever time it is for you. I've rambled long enough. So that's it. Happy knitting, good weekend,